In 1897, the first fossil of an ankylosaur was discovered in Alberta, Canada. It was, believe it or not, named Stereocephalus. Yep, you heard correctly. In 1902, it was renamed because Stereocephalus, as it turns out, was already previously assigned to an insect. So it acquired a new name, Euoplocephalus. Now, Haolonggood has recreated this species in model form. Welcome to Ruckosaurus Rex, the channel where we review and discuss all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. How have you guys been? It's been a while. I took some time off, but now I am back and ready to get back at it again. And we're going to start off our return to prominence here in the prehistoric world with an offering from Haolonggood. We have the Euoplocephalus right now, an ankylosaur. It was well, with ankylosaurs, it was 17 feet long. I don't know if you consider that mid-sized. I guess you have to consider that mid-sized as long as there's ankylosaurus out there rocking at about 26 feet. Then, yeah, I would say Euoplocephalus is definitely mid-sized, and it was definitely an ankylosaur. As I'm sure a lot of you know, they all fall under the ankylosaurid subtext. But you have ankylosaurs and you have nodosaurs. Nodosaurs are the species that are without clubs at the end of their tail. You can see right here on the packaging that Euoplocephalus indeed has a club. You could also see that there are two different color variations, as is typical with Haolonggood. They give us two different variations, kind of like a green and a brown, reddish brown is usually their go-to colors. I opted for the reddish brown, I guess you can call it, and because I never get two of them really, because even though they're different colors, I can never psych myself out and say that they're two different animals when they're in the same exact pose. So I just get the one out of, whichever color I deem I like the most. So you see what we got going on there. You look at the top of the packaging. This is a smaller box. You can see by my hand. You can see that there are some of the other offerings from Haolonggood. All of them are herbivores. You've got ceratopsians and a couple of ankylosaurids in there. And then, of course, on the flip is the same picture that we saw on the other side. So enough of that. Let's get our Euoplocephalus out of packaging and see what we got going on here. And now we've got our Euoplocephalus out of packaging, and you can see as it rotates round and round on our base, some very nice variations on brown, all kinds of browns going on as far as the color scheme is concerned. I'm digging it. I am digging it. Now, as I stated, Euoplocephalus was estimated to be about 17 feet long. Haolonggood's model is coming in at 6.5 inches. So that makes this guy a little bit out of scale, as if you do the calculations, it'll come in at just under 19 feet long, will be representative of an animal that's like 18.95 feet long. So it's a little bit longer than it should be, but it can be fudged. So, whatever the case might be, it still looks good. And we will test that assertion right now as we get him closer to look at. Now that we've got our EO a bit closer up, the thing that strikes me first is all of the nice the spike work. You see what's going on, the neck, right there on the back. And then, of course, along the sides there, as I tilt our Euoplocephalus so you can see what's going on, there's a lot of knobs and spike game going on. Look at the neck there. It's looking very good. Even the head, I mean, these critters were straight armored. He's got spikes right there and at the jaw. Pretty cool. The eye. Haolonggood is known for having blue eyes, and the same can be said for Euoplocephalus. It's got a blue eye, black pupil. Pretty cute there. He's looking pretty cute when you look at the front there. And then looks right after you get past the face, the head, he looks very formidable, for real. And you see all of these spikes and the things going on. You look at the legs. The legs didn't seem to be too armored, but you've got some nice scalation going on. And then, of course, the toes. As I point that way, you can see the toes are nicely painted. That left hind leg pushing off looks pretty cool. Look at it from the front there. Keep going down. Look at the different colors we have of brown there. These main spikes there. That type of rusty colored brown. Then you have the back itself is brown with a little greenish hue in it from what I'm looking at. I don't know if that's translating like that on screen, but that's what we got there. You get some lighter shades there, and of course, as you go to the belly, it gets very, very light. Then we look at the underside. You see how squat these animals were. It's just crazy. Look at the top. They're very wide, low to the ground. And yeah, that was just basically the design, the ankylosaur design. We've got cloaca there, so Haolonggood is still hitting that attention to detail. Look at the underside of the tail. You can see the spikes. Then when we turn to the other side, you got more. And then we get to that club. That club is all of that. I do not want to meet the business end of this. This is crazy. And it lived alongside several different species of tyrannosaurs. So that club definitely came in handy. Looking at the other side there, we've got our right hind limb landing. We've got some nice musculature going on. And then, of course, that right forelimb pushing off, looking nice once again. The great paintwork on the toes. And that is our Euoplocephalus. We'll kick off our comparisons by showing a human being. This is our 1/35th scale human, and I always call him Ian Malcolm because with all the black, that's who he reminds me of. But this is what an Euoplocephalus, and slightly oversized Euoplocephalus, would look like compared to a 1.8 meter human being. Here we have a comparison with our Euoplocephalus with another Haolonggood ankylosaur. This would be Shinzenosaurus right here, and they look pretty nice together there. And here's another ankylosaur, actually a nodosaur, as you can see, no club at the end of the tail. This is Edmontonia. This is also from Haolonggood, and another cool fun fact is that these two guys, they lived alongside one another. So that's pretty cool. Another species of dinosaur that lived alongside Euoplocephalus is the Chasmosaurus, as you see right there in the back, also from Haolonggood. If I were to pull out some PNSO models, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to try to take up too much of you guys' time. But Euoplocephalus lived alongside a myriad of species that we have with PNSO. We've got Corythosaurus, Parasaurolophus, Albertosaurus, Gorgosaurus. It's just crazy. I believe, I want to say Centrosaurus as well, I believe, as another ceratopsian. It's just crazy. So but we're going to just keep it with Haolonggood individuals. And we had to get a predator in there, specifically a tyrannosaur. This is also from Haolonggood. This is their Desplatosaurus. And yep, this looks like a pretty nifty scene. I'm sure this happened quite a few times. In fact, with Euoplocephalus and the 3 different tyrannosaurs running around, it had a very, shall we say, interesting life. So to sum up this review of the Haolonggood Euoplocephalus 1/35th scale model, this is a very nice model. It's cute at its small size. Like I stated before, the face sculpt, the head sculpt, when you look at it, it starts off adorable, and then as you go down the length and breadth of the body, you could tell that even at 17 feet long, this guy was nothing to mess with. I still have my own. There's nothing that substantiates this, but you know that we're reviewing dinosaurs for a reason. I'm sure the majority of us are dinosaur, prehistoric animal aficionados, or at least, we aspire to be, and we're interested in them. So we come up with our own theories. And one theory of mine is that ankylosaurs, when I take into consideration their armor, their literal body armor with the clubs at the end of their tails, and how wide and squat they are and low to the ground, I believe that these guys, because their underbellies were unprotected, and a predator would have to upend an ankylosaur or even a nodosaur in order to get to that soft underbelly, I believe these guys, whenever danger was present, if they couldn't get out the way, which they were not fast animals, I believe that they basically they went all the way down to the ground. You know what I'm saying? As in belly hitting the ground, and they made themselves smaller in terms of height. So, and by doing it that way, also made it more difficult to turn them over, especially when you've got that tail club swinging around. A predator just couldn't concentrate enough to be able to get in close enough to even begin to try to upend the animal. So that's my theory. What do you guys think? Let's get some conversation going. I think we need to start doing that a little bit more often, because we are talking about dinosaurs. There's a lot of things that we just don't know and can never know. We can only speculate. That's a speculation of mine. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you haven't done so already, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment below, as I just stated. Hit the notification bell so you could be informed when I upload another video. And we're actually going to keep it right here in the ankylosaur family. You can take a guess at what is next. I bet you won't be able to. Anyway, thank you guys for rocking with me. We are out.